North County was the first to get hit with the rainfall. Our 10 News reporter Mackenzie Maynard is joining us from Escondido, where some areas saw flooding earlier in the day. Mackenzie.
Yeah, if you take a look behind me, Steve, I'm just going to show you. You might think that this is a continuation of the Escondido Creek. It's not. This is a bridge that many people actually have to cross over to get home to tonight. But take a look at just how much water is coming over. Now, I'm going to let you know the amount of water that's been pouring over the bridge has completely fluctuated all afternoon. An hour ago, the whole bridge was dry, and Public Works actually came by, reopened the bridge. Now you can see things are picking back up again and getting a little heavier than we saw earlier. Take a look at the video from earlier today that we shot of the water kind of pouring over the bridge. Now you can see there were some heavy branches as well as some rocks that were taken over the bridge, which can be a big concern for many drivers who are trying to drive their vehicles over. And you can also almost see just how strong the current is as it passes across the top of the bridge. Now, we talked with a girl who lives on the other side. She said she's used to it. Whenever it rains, this is just what happens. Now, she asked us to not show her identity, so we've decided to cover that up for her.
So I went to work about 9:30 today. The creek wasn't flooded then. I had checked before I left to work to make sure I could still cross. Usually you always have to do that before going anywhere. Always check, come back home, and then get ready to go. It was about 3 or 4 inches below the bridge before I left, and then only about 2 or 3 hours of rain and it already flooded, and still like 4 or 5 hours later it's still a bit flooded.
Now back out here live, I want to draw your attention to this rock right here. A funny story, that girl who we talked with and her dad, they say that every time it rains, they put a marker on the bridge to see just how bad the water gets. Well, earlier, about 2 hours ago when we talked with her, she left this rock here. You can see obviously the water is beyond that. So tonight it leads us to one conclusion, and that this creek is getting higher than it was all day long. For now, reporting live, Mackenzie Maynard, 10 News.